But Pedro Pascal is also up for Scarface now. Apparently, he's attached to it for the reboot of Scarface. This is another thing that I was like, is this what we're doing right now? But apparently they started talking about this like in 2020, and they had a whole idea for this, and it was broke by Newsweek that they were going to start developing the reboot to Scarface, but they were going to change it, and Michael B. Jordan was going to take over as the lead role, and that was the idea. And I'm like,
as Scarface?
As Scarface, as Tony, which changing the whole thing and making Michael B. Jordan Tony.
Say hello to my little friend.
And then, 3 years, during COVID, they decided to change it back, and Pedro became Daddy Eyes, I guess. And they're like, maybe we throw him into this whole thing. So now Pedro's apparently then attached to this project. And the whole idea, though, is they're still going to change it. They're going to modernize it. It's not going to be the same 1983 film that you had with Al Pacino, say hello to my little friend, and all that shit anymore, because now they're going to take it to Los Angeles. It's a long time, right? And that was a remake too, Mike, from like the 1930s. So it's like they already made it twice. This will be the third remake of this, but except they're going to make it in modern day Los Angeles. And Pedro will play a Mexican immigrant climbing the ranks of the criminal underworld as he strives for the American dream, as opposed to, of course, Al Pacino was Cuban in that. So it's like they're going to change that dynamic, but still be about like trying to succeed in this criminal underworld, and make a life for yourself in the American dream.
This is a 400 level crime class.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
So not 101.
This is master's degree.
More crime come in.
Yeah, graduate. Correct criminality.
At least junior high. For sure.
but of course, like this is early on. Like I said before, they changed it from Michael B. Jordan. Now they're going to Pedro, which I think is more in line if you're going to remake this. But still, like, what's the point of remaking Scarface? Like, really, I think that's why it hasn't happened yet, because Al Pacino killed it. Everyone knows it like so well because of him. The 1930s one, no one really references that because Al Pacino's performance in that was so freaking good. Like, you just don't touch stuff like that.
Let's not discount Michelle fucking Pfeiffer, because she was also spectacular.
Hell yeah, Sabrina. Bring it in there. Are you excited? Because I know you like Pedro. Do you think that he would be a better choice, though, to be, if you're going to do it, is he the choice to take this role on?
I just don't think you should do it. Period. Like, I don't know why. It's not, if you're changing it and making it modern day and he's a Mexican, why can't we just make it a new movie? Why does it have to be a reboot of Scarface? Like, you're just holding on to the IP-ness because you think it will make money. It's not cool, and I don't like it. Like, leave it alone. Like, make it something else. Make it a different fucking movie. I really don't understand why you're, like, why would you, I feel like this trend has become more and more popular, and it's like only getting worse as opposed to like getting better. I would think that after, hell yeah. So I would think that, is that Michael Bolton?
That's Michael Bolton doing it, yeah.
That's okay. Oh, yeah. I'm reloaded.
That's flour. Cocaine does not look like that.
How do you know?
I actually don't, but that
Your
does
mom
look like
watching.
Flour. I know, that was the kind of joke that I'm making. Thank you very much, Sabrina.
Sorry. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. If it's not Scarface, then let's call it something else and have Pedro Pascal star in his own drug lord movie. But if you are going to redo Scarface and you are going to put Pedro Pascal in it, I will kindly request that you have the double tutor that he had to snort his lines with. It had two tubes, one went up each nose, and then the thing, it looked like a pitchfork but missing the middle one, and I was like, what is happening?
Everybody knows that.
I mean, that's what I call it. But my brother was like,
happy birthday, TJ.
Happy birthday, TJ. Oh my God, it's my brother's birthday today.
Way to be born, buddy.
He has a way to be born. He was 3 months premature in 1977, so he's actually a miracle. He is a miracle. So way to be born and way to stay alive.
He loves Scarface.
He was 2 pounds and something else. And it was like a Cornish fucking hen when he was born. So he is a miracle baby and actually way to be born, BFF. I love you. So yeah, anyway, I watched it with him and he like showed me, like he's the one that pointed it out to me. And I was like, that thing is ridiculously magnificent. Like, where do they find that? But if you're going to redo it, I better see that in there. That's all I have to say. Okay.
I mean, today's world, Sabrina, probably will be a little dumbed down and changed and not so intense.
If you're making a movie about cocaine and murder, you should probably have a double tutor.
It's a modern take, though, Sabrina. So what's that actually mean?
I'm sorry. So have things gotten less bad, or have things gotten more bad?
It's going to be about the marijuana cartel. That's what.
It's not about coke.
No, they didn't say that. They're saying that. Yeah. I'm just joking now. I'm joking now. It takes place
totally
in Los Angeles.
It's totally legal.
You definitely don't call it Scarface.
They're funding the schools, Sabrina.
Pedro's,
It's
Pedro's gonna be
really
running a
amazing.
weed shop.
He's a local politician. He's making sure that all
Are
of
we
the
making it
proceeds
Disney
are going.
again? Are we going back to the Disney Nickelodeon situation?
I'm just saying,
I
there's
hope
an
not.
upside. There's an
Cartelling
upside on all
101.
this.
Why don't we call it that
Yeah.
instead?
There you go. That's fine.
But Mike, what do you think about this? Are you excited about Pedro taking the reins? Do you think he's the right man for the job, or do you think they should, again, like Sabrina said, leave this IP-ness in the past?
After 100 episodes, Brian, I've learned that if I make a face, like a strong emotional face while somebody is giving their take, then you'll throw it to me after the fact. So I made sure while Sabrina was giving her take, because I have a strong feeling on her take.
Yeah,
that's the Met Gala.
For fuck's sake. Are those bike shorts?
Something.
I've got that
Pedro.
same pair of shorts, Sabrina. And that same overcoat.
Do you have? You know what? I request that for next episode of Cruise Control. Please.
I wish. I was.
When we get to 500 episodes, can you please wear that?
If we make it to 5, this is a promise. When we make it to 500 episodes, I will be wearing that overcoat.
Are you serious?
Guaranteed.
The whole outfit.
Dead serious. I am dead
With
serious.
the black tie and bike short. We don't need the shorts.
I already have the bike
shorts. The tie.
Brian has the tie. So it's just going to be one afternoon.
Hold on. We really have to take a note of this. Everyone has to wear some version of that outfit for the 500th episode.
Put it out there.
Sure.
When it happens.
I'll agree to things that are nonsense. Why not?
Okay, so here's so my hot take, Brian, is that
the creator of IP-ness down here.
You got to put that in his banner next time, Brian. Okay. So my take with Scarface in particular, and the reason that I don't feel like this is thanks, Chris. The reason why I don't feel like this is that same deficit for new IP that Hollywood is so desperate for is because Scarface, to begin with, and maybe not to begin with, I haven't seen the 1932 version.
Neither have I. I didn't even know there was one.
It's a basic story. Like it's about someone who's using the limited means that are available to them to take it as far as they can, irrespective of the rules of the situation. Like, to me, that it just seems like a very, very much a Joseph Campbell, Carl Jung take of a story of a person that's put in a difficult situation. Her hero's journey, person that's put in a difficult situation, has no compunctions about whatever they need to do, and just takes the ride as far as they can. And we all know how, when you have no moral compass, no anything, and you're just trying to pull it out to the end, taffy pull it out to the end, that how that ends. It's just a Greek tragedy, and I don't see that. It's such a basic story that any kind of remake, like, I can see them doing this again and again in different locations with different actors, like, and it's just going to read different. Like, and honestly, it's been 40 years since the previous remake. Like, when was the last time they gave us 40 years between remakes? That doesn't even happen. Like, 20 years.
It really doesn't.
Yeah, 20 years
is like pushing it for them.
They're like, pushing it. That's what I'm saying.
They go 10. They're like, it's time for a new one. Let's do it. You know,
I think
constantly.
I think it's such a basic story that just keep bringing it on all the time. There's going to be Americans in challenging situations that are going to have impossible choices.
Compunction. I think he was talking about compunction, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, because that also, as soon as I heard it, I said, "Great fucking word." Sorry,
as long as people are making difficult choices, Scarface is going to be relevant and fresh. They can keep making this every 20 years. They don't have to wait 40.
Sean, do you feel the same way about this, or do you think this shouldn't be happening?
I don't want this to happen. I think that there are definitely some things that are just timeless classics, and you don't do it again. You can pay homage to it. You can have it show up and lampoon it or lampoon it, or
lampoon it.
Or lampoon, whatever you want. But I just think some things are perfect and fine just the way they are, and not everything deserves, needs, or requires a remake. And Scarface is definitely emblematic of a certain time in cinema, a certain time in America, and just let it be. Please don't do this.
Please don't do this.
That's my request.
Yeah,
I like that your photos move now, bro.
Please
like
don't
we're
do it.
getting real fancy.
Yeah, by which you
Don't
mean
do
you say
this.
leave the cocaine on your nose. Don't
Yeah,
wipe
yeah,
it
yeah.
up. Okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
but
really
I
putting
agree.
Giphy through its paces tonight. There, that's
Yeah.
great.
I'm pushing
lot.
EV Mux's programs to the limit tonight because why not? But
that
you know,
always
Very
ends well.
distracting.
Yeah,
I know, really, right? But I feel the same way. I agree with Sean though. Like just leave it alone. I get it, Mike. Though what you're saying is like, yes, like it's been
All
like
right.
almost
I don't
30
mind.
years.
I don't mind
whatever.
having a spicy take.
But-
I'll be spicy
but-
tonight.
But I'm just like, I just like, come on, let's just leave these. If you have great acting and you have a great story, it's done. We did the best we can. Leave it alone.